Hi, everyone, and welcome to Simple Marketing Academy. This is where small business owners, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs come to learn very simple, cost-effective marketing techniques so they can gain more clients, make more sales, increase their revenue, and grow their business. My name is Jill Fox, and I am the co-owner of Fox Social Media. Along with my son, Tanner J. Fox, we help businesses, practices, and brands to market, advertise, and grow online. And we've been doing this since 2010. So happy to have both the Simple Marketing Academy podcast and the Simple Marketing Academy show on YouTube so that we can help all of you as well. So let's get started.
In this video, we're going to be going over all the different social media platforms and which you need to be focusing on for content as a brand. So when it comes to social media platforms, there's obviously a lot out there and you have your main ones, but which ones should you be using and how should you be using them? So when it comes to these different platforms, there's a couple different variables we're really going to look at. First is the potential discoverability. This is probably what most people are after, getting that attention, those views, people to see your business or your brand. You have the difficulty to move or take action. What this means is different platforms, it's either easier to get them to do things like click a link, get to your website to purchase something compared to other platforms. So that's definitely a factor we need to look at. Next is the types of content and what they're really used for on the platform. Is it mainly a platform that's used for memes and funny little things? Is it mainly videos, or what type of content is it that you should be posting? And then lastly, the audience expectations. So is this something where the audience expects a brand to have something like an Instagram profile? Do they expect to, on Facebook, have customer service done? What's it used for and what are those audience expectations? So let's jump in with the first one, which is Instagram. Instagram, you can really think of as your business's online dating profile. A lot of people come to Instagram to nowadays look up brands, see what they're about, just learn about them, and will even look for reviews and other things around Instagram and what people are talking about. So this is something you need to have whether you're posting a ton of content or you've just posted a couple main posts, but this is, think of it as your business's dating profile. Now, when it comes to the types of content on this, you have your posts, you have stories, you have reels. There's a lot of different types of content on here. And the potential discoverability for normal posts has gone down a lot recently. So I'd give normal posts and stories a 4 out of 10 for discoverability, while reels have a lot higher discoverability. I'd give them about an 8 out of 10. Now, when it comes to how difficult it is to take someone off the platform, it is a little bit difficult, but it's not as difficult as some other platforms. You are able to do this, especially if you have more followers and you have, like, for example, the swipe up feature on stories. It's a lot easier to do it something like that. The link in the bio makes it a little bit easier, but getting someone straight from a post is a little more difficult. So I'd give it about a 7 out of 10. And like I said, the audience expectations, it's like an online dating profile. You need to have it. People will come here looking to get information about your brand, see what you're about. And the engagement and potential discoverability over the last few years has been going down, but those reels have been doing pretty decent overall. So definitely a platform you should be looking at, be using, at least to have some presence, even if you're not posting extremely often on it. Now, next, let's talk about TikTok. Now, TikTok is something I think a lot of people will neglect, especially the older generation, with it being something that was just people dancing initially, and its growth over the last couple of years. I think more people are seeing that, hey, maybe I do need to be posting on here. Main type of content on there is just those vertical videos, kind of like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. Now, when it comes to potential discoverability, TikTok by far the number one platform you need to be posting on. It is the easiest to get attention, to get those initial views, but something to keep in mind here, and you can see with the difficulty to move, 9 out of 10, there's not a lot of link clicking ability. It's a lot faster swiping and people moving, so it's a lot harder to get people to take action. You will get more eyeballs on your content, even if it's not amazing. TikTok tests content to more people than Reels does, in my opinion, but it's a lot harder to get people to slow down, get people to take actions, whether they follow you or not. It's a lot of seeing new content because you do start on a For You page, which is just a recommended content pretty much. So it is harder to get people to see content that already follow you or to take action and move them off the platform somehow. Now, this is a more fun platform, really a lot of trends. It's a little bit less serious. So you can have fun on here, inject some humor into your brand, those kind of things. Now, by far, best platform for discoverability, especially if you're starting from zero. And kind of like I was saying, it's a more fun platform, more trends. It's a very trend-driven nature. So you can participate or angle your content by capitalizing on those trends and usually get pushed a little extra with those as well. If you have a good piece of content, it can get in the millions of views, even if you have one follower. So it's very easy to start from zero, but it is difficult to get people off of TikTok and to purchase a product or do some kind of action. Now, next we have Facebook. Facebook is really kind of the main goal here is to build your community, to offer customer service. You can leave reviews on Facebook. So it is a very customer service oriented or community building with groups. It is very focused on that. It is not super content heavy. You're not going to get a lot of discoverability. They do have reels that are just pretty much directly ripped from Instagram. You can just cross post them from Instagram, so you don't even have to spend a lot of time on here. You're not going to get much from your Facebook stories or even just page posts in general. Like I said, if you want to build a community, something along groups is probably the best way. You can sort of do it with a page, but it's not great. Now, when it comes to being able to move people or get them to take actions, usually they have direct link clicking capabilities, and it's a lot easier to move these people off of the platform than it is for something like TikTok, which is extremely difficult. So with page posts, a lot of people already be on their desktop and it's a lot easier to use. Whereas things like TikTok and Instagram don't function great on desktop and they're really mobile apps. So it's a lot easier on this, but content and the potential discoverability is a lot lower here. So responding to people for customer service, building that community, building relationships, and trying to garner positive reviews from here. This is really reputation management as a social media right now. Now, ads, that would be a completely separate thing, but that is how we'd use Facebook. And the final one for today we're going to talk about is YouTube. Now, YouTube, there's two very different types of content on here. You have your long form videos, which most of us are probably familiar with, and the equivalent of TikTok videos, which are the vertical videos, the YouTube shorts. It's the same thing as Instagram Reels. It's the same thing as TikTok videos. It's these vertical videos. Now, when it comes to discoverability, because a lot of this is based off of recommended when you are in YouTube Shorts, the discoverability is a lot higher on the short form content. On the long form, it will depend drastically on your niche, how hard discoverability is. It's a lot more time in that content, and it will be more difficult and a lot more time consuming and usually take longer to grow. But the potential is still there if you're properly doing long form content as well. Most brands probably will not initially until you have a bigger budget or are a bigger brand in general. Now, when it comes to difficulty to move and take action, people are pretty much conditioned to click links, click the like, comment, these kind of things. And there's always a link in the description on YouTube. That's pretty much a famous saying nowadays. So it's very easy on long form content on YouTube to get people to take an action, to move them. Shorts, it's a little bit more difficult, but it is not insanely difficult like TikTok would be. So you have a lot more relationship building as well on YouTube. People on YouTube it's easier to build that following and have that relationship. Whereas on TikTok, you can have a huge following and not get a ton of views just from your following in general, because very quick scrolling nature, and it's hard to just see content from your followers compared to something like a YouTube feed. So that's kind of YouTube and the difficulty to move. Now, what audience expect on here is a little bit more professional content. Shorts, you can still kind of have fun. The shorts, Reels, TikTok are all kind of the same. But if you're doing longer form content, that's usually expected to be a little more professional. These are usually things like education, help videos, brand highlights, these kind of things. Whereas the short form content is a little bit more around the trends and the fun side of things. And some things to keep in mind with YouTube is it's the second largest search engine right after Google. So people may be coming to look up a certain topic, and if they are searching this is a way you can rank and get discovered as a brand. You don't have to have people searching your name specifically, but if it is in your niche and you're able to build some content around this, it is a way you can get found. Again, a lot of people search on YouTube and Google, and they both can point to YouTube for these results. Now, discoverability on shorts is very high. Long form, a little bit less, but It's great for converting any current customers and nurturing your current customers, or converting any kind of hot leads in there. And it can be great for informative content when it's long form and really building that relationship. And you also have some discoverability with the shorts. So those are kind of the main social media platforms and how I would go about using each as a brand and kind of what you should put your focus on. Now, when it comes to all of the vertical videos, so shorts, Instagram Reels, even the Facebook Reels, and just the TikTok videos, those are all things you can cross post. You make one piece of content and you can post it on all of them. So it's not necessarily a lot more work, but video content is really what you need to be focusing on these platforms. So that's going to be it for this video. Need extra help with your marketing or social media? Well, utilize our free marketing resources like our social media blueprint ebook or our 150 social media post ideas. You can grab these free resources in the description below.
If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at foxsocialmedia.com. On our website, you'll find that we have done-for-you services through Fox Social Media, where we help businesses, practices, and brands to market, advertise, and grow online. And we've been doing this since 2010. This is a done-for-you service. We also have services for very small business owners, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs who can't afford done-for-you services. And this is a very inexpensive program called Simple Marketing Support, where we're there to teach you, support you, and answer your questions. You can find more about all of our services if you go to foxsocialmedia.com. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.